I don't really know how to start this video, so I guess I'll just start by saying hi. My name's Scott. I'm from Phage Control Studios, whatever that means. A long time ago, I had a thought about making video games. I thought it'd be really cool to do. I've loved video games since I was a kid, so I guess it's always been one of those little dreams that's been there, but always seemed so unachievable. Couldn't really tell you why either. No one exactly said it couldn't be done. Maybe there's a lot of reasons for it. I won't go into those now because they're not important. What is important is that I'm doing it now. I'm giving it a go. So we could just say that this is video 0 of my game dev journey. So we could just say this is video 0 of my game dev journey, and I hope you'll come along for the ride. What exactly are you watching? As I said earlier, this will be part 0, so more of an introduction to the channel, I guess. The first game that I'm going to be working on doesn't exactly have a name yet. I guess the name's not really important, so we'll just call it Project Campanula. The premise of the game is a turn-based tactics game based around a sort of Attack on Titan theme. Sounds a little bit odd. I thought so too when the idea first kind of sprung up, but after thinking about it for a while, I thought it could have some cool concepts, and it seemed like a fairly reasonable game to be able to make with my current skill set anyway, while still having enough in it that I can still learn something. But I've been thinking about the concept for a while now as well, and I kind of like it. I think it could be quite fun, so we're going to see how it goes. Let me show you what I kind of mean. So at the moment, I have a very basic setup for it. I would just quickly like to give a shout out to first CodeMonkey, who is the designer of the majority of the systems that you see at the moment in the game. The grid system we used, all of this kind of setup here was all thanks to him. Took one of his courses, great course, go check it out. I'll have a link in the description. He's done quite a few courses. He's got a lot of free stuff up on his YouTube channel. If you're looking into coding, this guy's definitely one to subscribe to and get some information from. Years of experience in making games and just coding in general. So yeah, go check him out. Big shout out. And Cinti as well. They're the ones that made the assets that you see being used at the moment, these placeholder ones. They're really great for exactly that, placeholder. You could quite easily make a game out with them as well, but they're just fantastic for placeholder stuff, no matter what game, no matter what 3D game you're trying to make anyway. But yeah, shout out to those two. Links will be in the description so you can go and check out their pages and bits like that. So let's get into this. What I've got so far is very bare bones, very early days. I pretty much made this and then thought I'd start recording this. Do bear with it on that sense. Yeah, like I said, very early days. But the idea is, for example, one of the hero's moves, one of the player character's moves that you'd be able to do is, I've just dubbed it the slash action for the moment, where the player will effectively pick the action, they'll pick the enemy that they want to target, and then they'll pick a square to land in. This gives a little bit of flexibility in how you do your attacks, and I think with a little bit more tweaking could feel like using the ODM gear from the show, which is kind of the whole idea. So this is what it looks like. You click on the enemy, click where you want to land, the character will air quotes swing over to the enemy, do some damage, and then jump out of range of the enemy. Reason I kind of did it like this, if you've seen the show, hopefully you'll understand where I was going with it. But you know, the idea is in the show they kind of don't really want to be anywhere near the Titans as much as they possibly can, because they'll get killed. So the idea of their equipment is to be very fast and you later on in the show anyway, effective at killing the Titans whilst minimising the danger that they have. To a degree, it's a very brutal show and no one's safe. So the idea with this was to give the player a little bit more control in where their character goes afterwards. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to extend this, you know, as a particular character levels up. Maybe they can jump further away, you know, get further to safety. Or they'll be able to grapple onto a roof and, you know, be out of range of the Titan's next move, which may have probably killed them. So that's very basic first stuff that's in the game now. I'm going to go into a little bit more what I want to add in the next episode, because that will be kind of the main meats of it. So this one's just a nice little introduction, and if you're a fan of Attack on Titan and you're a fan of the XCOM games, this one could be quite interesting for you. I mean, even if you're only a fan of one of those things, I still think this could be quite interesting for you. It's an interesting spin, I think. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I'm really curious to see if there is any interest in this at all, or if this is just going to be a I think it's cool so I'm making it for me thing. Hi, this is Future Scott here. I just wanted to clarify, even though the game is going to take some influence from Attack on Titan, it's not going to be Attack on Titan, so you're not going to be like Levi fighting Titans or Titans in general. There will be other things for it and my own spin. The Attack on Titan really is just a base of where I can take concepts from and try and implement in my own way. Just wanted to clarify that. Now, the next bit in my notes to go over was explain a bit more what to expect with the videos. I don't know how I planned on doing that, because I don't even know what to expect with these videos. I've never really done anything like this before. I have uploaded to YouTube many years ago. YouTube was a different place back then, it had different rules, so I am kind of going into this fresh, just going to see what works, if anything. But the kind of direction that I'm trying to go is that you'll get to follow along with at least I want to say the interesting parts of the game development. Of course, like with any game development, there are going to be parts that aren't really that exciting to show, so I may only dabble in them, and that's more out of showing the whole process, but I probably won't linger on them too much, especially things that I don't particularly enjoy doing on it. I will probably just kind of get through those as fast as I can, so I can bring you guys some more, hopefully fun things to watch. But for now, from this channel, you really can just expect updates for this game. This isn't a dream project for me. This isn't going to be something that I plan on working on for, you know, years and years of my life or anything like that. It is just going to be a small project. Ideally, what I want to have from this game is a good handful of levels. I don't quite know what that will look like yet, but I want a decent amount of levels. The game to be fun, of course. Have a set amount of actions that the players can take, and a set amount of actions that the enemies will take against the player. I want it to be difficult, because that goes a bit more with the Attack on Titan theme. Plus, XCOM was also pretty difficult as well. So I want it to be something you have to think about. I want to strategize as much as possible. But we shall see. We shall see where we end up. All I would say going on from there is that if the game sounds fun to you, if you'd like to see where it ends up, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'm going to try and get a few videos out a month. My aim is to get 2 out a month, but at the very minimum I would like to at least release once a month. I think that that's definitely doable. The videos won't be massively long, they're not going to be hour long or anything like that. You know, fairly concise wrap up of like the week perhaps. But if you want to see what that kind of looks like, part 1 is out now, so you can go and watch that right now as well. Sink your teeth in if you're interested. Do it. Click over there. Go on. Watch it. Part 2, that should follow quite soon afterwards, so you won't have to wait too long. I'm really going to try and get the ball rolling on this one. Thank you all for listening if you got this far. Really appreciate your time, and I hope to be seeing you more in the future. Have a great day, guys.